Why can't you get actors for this movie?
Because she put people she knew in it.
You don't do that if you're making an actual film.
She's not making an actual film. She was making a movie where she got to play herself and make herself look awesome and charitable and amazing and like an angel.
You bought Dean Cain for a day.
Yeah, because she wanted a real person in her movie. I mean, real person, quote, like, she wanted an actual actor, quote unquote, in her movie. It's the only one, and you know what? You can buy Dean Cain if you're in LA. You can buy Dean Cain for the price of fucking rum and cokes for the day or whatever the fuck he had in that glass. At least at that time. Oh. Holy shit, like that's why he's in this movie. Hello and welcome back to the 68th episode. Good, Bad, or Bad. Show we watch terrible movies and tell you if you should too. I am your host, Ryan Shilligo, the other host across the table on this delightful Christmas Eve. I don't know when this comes out. Probably comes out the weekend before Christmas.
21st?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it is. It's the 21st. Yeah. So yeah. The eve to the eve to the eve to the eve to the eve of Christmas, I think.
Yeah, close enough.
It's the 68th episode. Like I said, he's the other host, Mr. Kyle Hinton.
Hi.
Kyle, we're decked out in our...
We went full Christmas this time.
Christmas best. This will not turn off. I think it's broken. But I may cover it at some point. We have our Christmas lights adorning the studio. Kyle,
I'm wearing my pajamas that are movie themed,
is wearing movie themed onesie.
I didn't learn this until later. This is women's size. So
he's wearing a very form-fitting movie themed onesie. I'm just wearing a Stranger Things. I got it because it lit up, and now it won't stop lighting up. So there's supposed to be another one here. Nope, there we go. So, whatever. The movie we're talking about today is...
Continuing our Dean-cember celebration.
Cue that graphic, future Brian. Thanks. It's Dean-cember, and the movie is Beverly Hills Christmas. We were going through a bunch of Dean Cain Christmas movies. I watched a couple, watched some trailers, was looking for stuff that was available to purchase to stream.
That wasn't also dog themed.
That wasn't dog themed because as we've mentioned before, there were a lot of dog themed Dean Cain Christmas movies. We wanted to not do another dog themed, although there is a dog in this one, but it's not the point of the story. And I came across this one, Beverly Hills Christmas, and within minutes of watching within seconds of watching the trailer, and then I bought the movie, and within minutes of watching the movie was like, yes, this will do.
Tell Raven I love her.
This movie what makes this movie why I wanted to do it is the acting. Particularly of one person.
Pretty stale.
Wooden would be the word. Her performance is more wooden than this giant...
this beautiful oak table
that you built. It doesn't even compare in level of woodiness to this lady's performance.
Stealing, that's what it's called, not borrowing.
But I brought it back and it's clean and there's not a bead out of place.
We'll deduct the cost of the dress from your wages. And you're fired.
She's the main character. She's also producer on the film.
Okay, yes.
She didn't write or direct, but I have a feeling she had a hand in the writing, it feels like.
And other aspects.
Yes. Her name, the character's name is... No, her name is Donna Spangler?
Yes.
Yes, her name is Donna Spangler. She's billed right along with Dean Cain. Top two bills on the movie poster DVD box.
Whoa. If you're telling me that Dean Cain's name is on the DVD box, that must mean he's in the movie quite a bit.
You would maybe think that, and you would be wrong.
He's in the movie for all about 5 minutes.
All in the same location. Sorry. He is. Well, we don't even know if he necessarily even shows up in the hospital because that could all just be CG'd at the end.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
there's that scene where they were walking down L.A.
Yeah, there's that one. But it's all in L.A. This whole movie was shot in L.A. This movie is absolutely a look how cool and nice and charitable I am movie made by some rich white lady. Like, the Donna Spangler is just like, because there's so many moments in this movie where characters, so the conceit is that the main character dies. It's kind of like It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. But she's going around seeing everybody talk about her after she's dead. And so many times characters go, like talking to her daughter, your mom, she was so beautiful and so smart and so wise and so clever. And I was just like...
I knew your mother. Angelina. She was a very strong leader. Tough. Wicked smart. She wouldn't let anything stand in her way. Not anything.
Yeah. Great. The movie starts out with, I guess I don't know how far before Christmas it is. It starts out with ITN distribution, which we've done quite a few ITN
they seem
movies.
Familiar.
Yes. I believe Alex Maisonette films are all distributed by ITN. Boy, yeah. I could be wrong, but I think his are. And there's a handful of other. ITN is a hallmark of quality. Let me just tell you.
They can pick them.
Hello, Agent Adele. How may I help you?
Agent Adele. It's me, Manny.
Yes. Again, we get similar to last episodes. We get terrible opening credits. And then we open up to this store. I guess it's a store, clothing store.
More than that, it's like a company, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a company of some. She owns this company. Her name is
Angelica.
Angelina.
Angelina.
I think it's Angelina.
Angelina.
Oh God, Angelica would be perfect, but I'm like 90% sure it's Angelina.
Angelina.
And so she's kind of mean. She fires like an employee.
We'll deduct the cost of the dress from your wages. And you're fired.
And then she calls her. Somebody calls her at her desk, and I love this moment. She picks up the phone and says hello while the phone's like still 8 inches from her face.
Yes.
Are you coming home soon?
It's like ring, ring, ring. She's like, hello. And I'm
sorry,
like,
what?
Yes.
Are you coming home soon?
It's just one of those things where it's like somebody who doesn't know how to act and is thinking about 8 things at once and is like, hello.
Probably I want to say she's a producer for other things. Here's the thing. She has money. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
She has money.
And her character plays somebody who
has money. Yes.
Yeah.
Take the long way home. I'm not ready to be jolly.
Yes, ma'am.
So her whole idea of coming into this was, I have a bunch of money. I want to make a movie.
I want to make a movie where I'm the star. Where I'm the star and I become an angel. And my daughter's in the movie. It's literally her daughter.
Nepotism at its finest.
Her daughter plays the main character of this film because although the two people billed in the movie are Dean Cain and the mom, the main character really is the daughter, kind of. Yeah. It's like the daughter and the mom, I guess both, but like the main character's daughter, and that is the Donna Spangler's actual real life daughter, and her name in real life is Raven, and her name in the movie is Raven.
Yes,
and that is so Raven. But you really get it right away. It's very clear right away how terrible of an actress this lady is.
Yeah,
she
Okay, if I'm dead, then where am I? Heaven?
Every single line she has reminded me of like a Ben and Arthur where it's like...
It's unbelievably monotone.
Yeah.
Did you promise Raven a pony for Christmas?
Yes, Starfire. I bought him this afternoon.
Where are we gonna keep Starfire?
In a stable. That's where horses
Angelina,
live.
they're dangerous.
I'll be home soon.
Angelina,
Or the emphasis is in the weirdest place.
Yeah, it lacks any kind of cadence.
Yes.
What did you say?
We're here because it's a gateway, like purgatory. And if you go that way, it's not to a happy place.
I'm really dead?
It's like with Ben and Arthur, it's like an alien who has heard English trying to like speak English. Like it's mind-blowing. Like it's so strange and it's just constant throughout the movie.
How did you do that?
It's easy. I think of a location and then we move. You can do it too.
Oh, easy for you to say.
So on her way home, she decides to take the long way home because she doesn't want to see her family yet because she's not feeling jolly or something because she's a humbug.
But we are. Look at us.
Fucking look. And then it's still going. It hasn't stopped. It's just never going to stop. I hope that doesn't get too distracting. Hopefully it's behind the mic most of the time. So as on her way home in her Bentley or whatever the fuck she's driving home.
Some fancy ass car.
She gets smacked by a drunk driver.
In one of the most beautifully executed scenes I've ever seen in a film.
Turn spotlight onto her. Smash. So she gets hit by a drunk driver and is dead. Well, she wakes up.
Wakes up on a beach?
On a cliff.
Yeah.
By the ocean, basically.
Some sort of bluff.
Yeah.
Alongside one Dean Cain.
In a Shea lounge. Just chilling, loving life.
Oh, boy.
In a white suit. Because we're about to find out he's an angel.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Gabriel.
Like the angel.
That's me.
Not just that. Okay, so he's Gabriel.
Yeah, he's Gabriel. He's literally Gabriel.
What kind of thing happened to where he went from being like the herald of God to now he is like he's bringing souls like to.
Yeah, he basically what he acts as in this movie is he talks to the recently departed.
Yeah.
To like give them like missions.
Something with like Clarence or something like that, where it's like, I haven't gained my wings. I'm pretty low.
Right. But he's literally Gabriel.
He sent the message of God to exactly.
It's so weird. And the mythos of their film is really lacking. I'll tell you that much. Their world building, I don't understand it.
I mean, it's not like Michael or something like that, where you'd expect him to be fighting devils or something like that, but. He's basically the Hermes of this pantheon, or this cascade.
And in this movie, he literally just is there to like talk to like dead rich people and be like, "You kind of sucked. fix it." Like it's so strange.
Now you're talking my language. What do I have to do to get into heaven?
Fix something you broke. Your daughter.
I love it. He has a line where she's like, "I'm dead," and he goes, "Yeah." Closed casket because you got so obliterated by that
wrecked.
truck. And she goes, "Really? That's not nice to say."
I'm dead?
Yep.
The car?
Hit you like a ton of bricks. Closed casket.
Really?
Sorry.
It's not nice to say.
And I'm like,
"You're dead."
What do you mean? What does that mean? You're dead. Yeah. What do you mean it's not nice to say? What?
That's the truth.
Okay, if I'm dead, then where am I?
And again, you really get it in this scene. The inflection of every line, even Dean Cain to some extent, it's just off.
Yeah.
You don't want to get lost.
I know my way home from Malibu. Thank you.
Traveling when you're dead is not the same as traveling when you're alive.
It's
But that's
like
probably, that's because Dean Cain was paid for exactly one day of shooting.
These are all one shot.
And he got like maybe 5 pages of sides for the day, and he's just like,
all right, fuck it. Yeah. Oh, Dean Cain in this movie is looking very puffy. A little red, like he kind of just got off a bender. Even more so to the fact, or it's even exemplified by the fact that so they go to like to prove that he's actually like an angel or whatever and that she's dead, he like transports her to Hollywood Boulevard for like 5 seconds and he's eating chips.
Chip?
We can eat?
Not exactly.
And when they transport back, he has like a rum and coke in a glass, and I was like, oh, they got halfway through filming that day and Dean came was like, you guys,
Dean, we need you for a scene. Can I just take this?
Yeah. There he's like, because it just all of a sudden he just has, the angel has a drink.
It's like every time they brought him in from a scene, he was over at the craft services table.
Yeah. And they were like, just bring, because in the other one he has chips. When they go to Hollywood Boulevard, he has chips. And he's like, I'm not done with this yet. And they're like, fine, just bring it into the fucking scene. We'll just work it into the scene.
Chip?
We can eat?
Not exactly.
And so he explains that her daughter needs her, like that her daughter is a bitch, and that she needs to learn a lesson, basically.
Oh my gosh, Tommy called last night. Did your dad let you talk to him? Of course not. He's totally rude. I called you last night as well, and your father picked up, and I gave him a piece of my mind. He's a big jerk.
And she's like, well, I have no idea how she got that way. I didn't teach her to be that way. He's like, really? Fucking really?
I can't do this
And why not?
because I didn't teach my daughter to be that way.
Not directly, no.
Oh, no.
So again, and then also to prove that he's an angel and that she's really dead, he teleports her to outer space.
In the worst. Okay, this was unbelievably terrible.
Oh.
Watching.
What is this shot?
They took a freeze frame of their back. Yes! They couldn't just green screen them or anything.
It has to be. It's literally a fucking freeze frame of them. I was like, are you? Oh,
and
no.
Not just that, something fucked up.
The resolution's off or something.
No, I think what they did is they tried keying it, and it just really screwed up with the chroma around them, and they just are like cut through, and it looks horrible.
Terrible. It's like a CG, like a stock video CG model of Earth from space, and then yes, like you said, a still frame of their backs.
Watching.
Weirdly superimposed over this video that looks terrible. And I love this. While they're talking, so we see them from the back in this still frame and you hear them talking, and then it cuts to the front of them talking, and in the background of the shot of the front of them, you can see a fucking house.
Oh, God.
No, Gabriel. But he's out there, watching.
They're supposed to be in outer space. They're like clearly still on the beach or whatever. I don't understand. It's so bad. It's so bad. There's a couple really terrible CG shots in this movie.
God. Especially around the end. They're pretty glorious.
And there's a great one in the middle, but oh my God. They use very little, but every time they do, it's truly terrible.
Oh, God.
No, Gabriel. But he's out there, watching.
So he takes her to see her daughter, who's like walking and talking to some friends. And I don't know if your copy of the movie was like this, but this one scene with the lip sync was completely off. Okay.
Yes.
Did your dad let you talk to him? Of course not. He's totally rude. I called you last night as well, and your father picked up, and I gave him a piece of my mind. He's a big jerk. He's a big jerk. He's a big jerk.
He was completely off. So I was like, what is going on?
I couldn't tell if they were like ADRing and then it's just or
if the editing process got like slid over like half a second because they are completely off.
Don't accept it. Stand up to him. Tell him.
And it's just this scene, but holy shit, it's not even close. I was like, did my computer mess up? What's going on here?
Am I right, ladies? Am I right, ladies?
And he's like, okay, you got to teach her how to be a better person. Because she's a brat. And then
you also can't touch people.
You can't touch anybody because if you touch them, shut up, you just can't touch them.
Take me back to
Rule
her.
1, there are rules that you must follow.
Rules? What rules?
Like rule number 1, you must never touch a living person. If you touch, then game over. Okay, there's nothing I can do to help you.
Like, that's basically his explanation. And then he goes, oh, and also there are a lot of other rules. So check out that rule book over there. And it cuts to a shot of an encyclopedia. It is absolutely a fucking encyclopedia.
It felt like
or a dictionary.
It felt like Breen's like little tome of his life.
Absolutely. I mean, you can see it flips open and there's like a little thumbnail picture of like a building that like it's a dictionary or a thesaurus or an encyclopedia or something. It 100% is.
Then game over. Okay, there's nothing I can do to help you.
But I'm already dead.
Energy mixed with another energy causes dispersal. It's very complicated.
I'm getting that most of this is.
Oh, her mom. Or we cut to her house, and her daughter's on the phone, and this is where we start setting up Carol and then the new family.
Yes.
So that we don't know how long this has been since she died.
Carol, it was, I guess, her like assistant or
something like that. Yeah.
She immediately was like, "That woman's dead. I'm moving in on that man."
Yeah, and they're together.
Carol?
She's good, I guess. I mean, James is happy, so I guess that matters. I can't believe James appointed her head of Jensen.
He did what?
Yeah.
And again, we don't know how long it's been since she died, but it can't have been more than a month or something. Like, I would think.
The dad's already like, well, you know, your new mom. And whoa, hang on a second.
Very good, but listen, you need to make nice with Carol.
Why should she?
Why should I?
Because she's your new mom.
New mom?
Don't even go there.
Yeah, it's literally been no time at all since your mom was violently killed in a drunken car
You're starting
accident.
to make this seem like he had the drunk driver paid off or something like that.
Yeah, we do see him do some shady business dealings later on where he hires like a PI to like fake a job, like a business offer and that sort of thing.
You understand what to do.
Yeah, I got it. I just don't understand why.
Call it a need-to-know basis.
It's your money.
So wouldn't put it past him to have murdered his ex-wife. Maybe he couldn't put up with, maybe she speaks in real life the way she delivers lines and he's like, I can't do it anymore. I can't be around you listening to you.
I don't remember it that way.
That's why I sold the joint.
You what?
Oh, the other thing that's strange is like, so she says like, I had no idea my daughter was a nightmare, but within like 5 minutes of the movie starting, she watches her daughter in like 2 scenes, like one at the hairdresser and one on the phone at home. And it's like, oh yeah, truly, my daughter's a monster.
Terrible.
What you need is a good swat in the butt. Gabriel! Gabriel!
It's like, okay, so you were just the most AFK parent that has ever existed. Like, what the fuck? Like, you literally, in 5 minutes of watching your daughter, are like, oh, she's the worst.
Well,
what the fuck were you doing
That's
there?
what she's got, was Lucilla for?
Lucille, yeah. I think it's Lucille.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's just Lucille.
Miss Lucille!
Yeah, that's what she's there for. She's basically
the
there
maid,
to be
the nanny
mother.
maid, yeah, basically, essentially. And so, and then Carol, yeah, who's now moved in on...
Which, by the way, they set it... the thing you normally imagine with Carol is that they set her up to be like, oh, she's moving in on the money.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I can't believe James appointed her head of Jensen.
He did what?
I actually like that.
And I was like, and then they subvert it.
I like that.
She's a good person.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I actually kind of liked that because they set up the trope of, oh, the new evil new evil stepmom coming in for the money. Turns out, no, she's just a lovely lady.
She's growing up. And it's about time. I love her, James. I think she's gonna be okay.
Just a lovely lady who wants the best for her daughter or her stepdaughter and wants her to volunteer at soup kitchens. And I was like, you know what? All right, that's at least different than like every other one of these movies.
So you survived another day? Yeah, barely. I lost my locket. Oh. Well, I'm sure it will turn up. Thanks.
So they're explaining too, I think Dean Cain at this moment explains, did you ever hear a voice in your head when you had a very difficult decision to make?
Did you ever hear a voice inside your head when you had a very, very difficult decision to make?
Yes.
And she goes, yeah, the voice of reason.
The voice of reason.
It was your grandma Ruth.
Really?
That was your grandma Ruth.
Oh.
Really?
Turns out, in this universe of the movie, the voice in your head, like the moral voice in your head, is actually your dead relatives whispering.
Not your conscience or anything.
No, it's your dead relatives whispering at you what to do. But it also works very strange in this movie because she can direct it at random people.
Yeah.
Lucille? Lucille, you can hear me?
Are you okay?
She can whisper into the minds of just like anybody. In this first scene, she does it to Lucille on accident, and Lucille can hear. And I thought that was going to be the premise of the movie at first. I thought it was, oh, you have to help your daughter. The way you do that is by talking to her and like in her her conscience, basically, in her head. But it turns out, the twist is she can't actually talk to her daughter. She can talk to the nanny. What hijinks will ever happen from that?
What do you think this is, Ghost?
Yeah, well, that's what I thought. It was gonna be something like she could talk to like fucking the nanny, and then that's somehow gonna create hijinks, and that's how they're gonna have to sort it out. But that's not what happens. She can just randomly talk to people.
The nanny's just Whoopi Goldberg.
Lucille? Lucille, you can hear me?
Are you okay?
Ah, shut up. Nobody's talking to you.
Well, and also, she just fucks with the nanny at times.
Yeah.
She's just like, I'm gonna make the nanny believe in ghosts for no, like, just to fuck with her and then not tell her that what's going on.
Lucia. Lucia.
Lucille?
Yes.
The nanny's like, am I losing my mind? And she just lets her believe she's losing her fucking mind.
All sorts of strange things going on around here.
So she has till Christmas Eve to get Raven off the naughty list.
Which, by the way, that statement right there, the only thing that has to do with Christmas. This entire
this movie. So it's called Beverly Hills Christmas. It takes place during Christmas, but it is not a Christmas movie in the sense that like none of the plot actually revolves around Christmas, other than the timing. You have to be done by Christmas Eve. But I would assume that were it any other time of year when this was happening, it would just be
at least
like
the dog who saved Christmas revolved around the family leaving for Christmas.
Yeah. I love this. The nanny roasts the shit out of the daughter when she wakes up the next morning. Daughter wakes up and says,
12 hours of beauty sleep to keep my complexion clear.
And she has a giant zit on her forehead. And Lucille goes,
Well, you might need 12 more.
What?
Look in the mirror.
Oh, burn!
Got him! Get him, Lucille.
Oh no! Yvonne's coming today, and we're supposed to go shopping and then go to the fashion show.
Well, you might have to go as a cyclops because...
So then we introduce Yvonne, who is the mooch. The mooch, which they say way too many times in this movie.
Yvonne!
The mooch.
But she's the aunt?
Yeah.
Cousin? Something. She's related to Raven somehow. She's not her sister, but they're related. And Yvonne shows up with her husband, or boyfriend, who's an Australian guy, who's amazing.
Hey! Merry Christmas!
And so she's suspicious that Carol's trying to take over the company. Again, as we established earlier, it turns out no. Carol's just gonna give... Kyle's checked out already.
I'm sorry, I have space there for a second.
Kyle's done. He's checked out already.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces.
I love this. There's a moment in the bedroom. The mom is in there in like spirit form, listening to her daughter on the phone. And there's this one. So the only people in the room at this moment are Raven on the phone and the mom spirit lady. And there's a shot where, so the mom is listening to Raven, but for some reason there's a shot where Raven says something about how she loves or misses her mom, and the mom has been facing the other direction, turns around dramatically so her hair flows and goes, "Oh, Raven."
I miss Mom. She was exciting.
Oh, Raven.
It's the weirdest fucking thing. I'm like, what were you looking at? Your daughter's the only thing in the room.
Yeah, it's the
what
only
are you
focus?
What are you staring at? But she does it just so she can spin to the camera like dramatically. It's so fucking weird.
I miss Mom. She was exciting.
Oh, Raven.
And also when they show up on, I love this, when they show up on the driveway, when Yvonne and her boyfriend show up, and we're also introduced to Jerry, who's the love interest of the daughter, who just is randomly on there. I don't know why he's there, but you can see how low budget and fucking quickly this movie was shot, because in the sunglasses of somebody, I don't know who's, somebody, maybe Carol, is wearing these big dark sunglasses, and you can see the single spotlight that they used to light this whole scene. You can see one glaring light reflected in her sunglasses, just
Nice.
and like the kind of the crew in the background. It's amazing. And then she said, we're going to volunteer at the soup kitchen, but Raven doesn't want to be around stinky poor people.
Stinky poor people.
I don't want to be around poor, stinky people tonight.
And also they keep warning that, be careful, Yvonne's a mooch.
Mooch. Be careful. She's a mooch.
And they go to the chocolate store and spend $12,000 on chocolate.
All right, that will be $12,457.67.
Not just that, they buy the chocolate store.
Wait. Just call the owner. I want to buy the store.
Raven, no.
Once she decides, I don't want to spend $12,000, I'll buy the chocolate store.
She is 14 years old.
She's 14 years old.
Why does she have access to that?
That was
kind
my
of fun?
question. So, okay, because initially I thought it was just sort of like a fun, like, bratty thing, like, I'll just buy the store, but not actually gonna buy the store. We find out, no, she absolutely bought the fucking store.
$5 million, Raven?
I thought it was a deal.
A deal? How could you think that was a deal? Buying an entire chocolate store and putting it in Yvonne's name, why?
So not only does she have access to her own like available line of credit or something like that, she has access to her father's line of credit.
But just a dress.
Thank you, Daddy.
$5 million worth.
She has authorization as a minor who doesn't need a guardian to sign off.
Sign paperwork, to acquire a business.
Buying an entire chocolate store and putting it in Yvonne's name, why?
Yvonne! She's over 18.
Nut makes literally no sense. They just glossed over it completely. And my favorite thing is they, in the next scene, established that it was $5 million. It wasn't like $150,000 or something. She spent $5 million. Like, these people are insanely rich. This isn't like rich people. This is like fucking rich people.
And now you've gone and spent $5 million on a chocolate store.
Then we go to the fashion show. There's the fashion show for whatever, because there was a fashion show and they could shoot at it and they wanted it in their movie.
Exactly.
But there's this great where they have some actual, I assume, fashion designers there because their line deliveries are terrible.
I want to be a designer.
Well, you have to get through college and then follow your heart's bliss wherever that takes you, and that will be your truth.
Please take your seats.
You have to go to school and then follow your heart's bliss wherever that takes you, and that will be your truth. It's so good. I love it. And then for some reason, the tiny dog, the mom makes the tiny little chihuahua thing dog, it's not a chihuahua, but whatever, tiny dog attack the fashion show.
Bunny. You can see me, can't you? Hello, Bunny.
I'm very pleased
Bunny.
And this tiny dog causes the entire fashion show to flee from the theater.
What? Okay. Real quick. What can you determine from the budget of this movie? They had money.
Oh, they had some money, yeah.
They had some money.
Yeah.
Where are all the actors? They're in LA.
Yeah, they're all in LA, yeah.
Why can't you get actors for this movie?
Because she put people she knew in it.
You don't do that if you're making an actual film.
She's not making an actual film. She was making a movie where she got to play herself and make herself look awesome and charitable and amazing and like an angel.
You bought Dean Cain for a day.
Yeah, because she wanted a real person in her movie. I mean, real person, quote, like, she wanted an actual actor, quote unquote, in her movie. It's the only one, and you know what? You can buy Dean Cain, if you're in LA, you can buy Dean Cain for the price of fucking rum and cokes for the day, or whatever the fuck he had in that glass. At least at that time. Holy shit, like, that's why he's in this movie.
Did you ever hear a voice inside your head when you had a very, very difficult decision to make?
Sorry, that just frustrated the hell out of me. It's like, why do you have these terrible people when you clearly have a budget?
Yeah. Because, again, they spent all the money on... Well, and probably fucking... Maybe this also was like some weird embezzling, like... I'm speculating.
think it's another laundering scheme.
I can call my lawyer real quick. Make sure. This is speculation and for comedy. Yeah, like maybe like these are. I think
a little after last season.
A little bit of like let's write this off. Like the whole thing like Kevin James is doing with his fucking movies for a while, or Adam Sandler rather was doing with his fucking movies for a while.
Oh, with all the Netflix movies.
Yeah, where it was like get all my friends together, travel somewhere.
We're gonna do this entire movie on a cruise.
Yeah. Kind of feels a little bit like that, mixed with like I want to be in a movie, I want to be a movie star, and maybe a launching points for her daughter. She thought this probably was like I'll put my daughter as like the main character, and this will be like stepping stone. This will be a real movie she can be in with a real Dean Cain, and then that can be a stepping stone to other films.
If that's the case, then why not just do it a Hawaiian Christmas? There we go, and go do the entire thing in Hawaii.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even have a clue what's going on.
After they find out that the daughter spent $5 million on a fucking chocolate store or whatever, the Carol's like, we're gonna send her to a boarding school in England or something. That's where I went. It's a great school. She has some issues.
Boarding school. That's the answer. Yes, you could go where I went to Benetton in England.
Boarding school? What? No!
And they're like, no, let's give her another chance. I'm like, she spent $5 million!
What's the most you've ever cost your parents on a thing by accident?
I'm trying, like, maybe like breaking something at a store that cost like $50.
I wrecked my mom's car once. Like,
yeah, I never did anything like that.
$500.
Yeah, I never did anything like that.
Because the deductibles are nice.
Yeah. So she decides, her mom puts the idea in her head during this moment. Instead of boarding school, tell him you'll work at the soup kitchen.
Raven, the soup kitchen.
The soup kitchen.
Excuse me?
The soup kitchen?
If you work at the soup kitchen, then you can learn, and then you'll be a better person, and then you won't have to go to boarding school. She goes, yeah, I'll go to the soup kitchen.
Deacon Scott said something about having you work there.
I don't...
You stop. You don't what?
This is your only chance. Make the right decision.
My favorite moment in the scene where she tells him, I want to work at the soup kitchen, is like Carol or somebody's like, what got into her? And her mom's spirit sitting there and goes, her mother.
What got into her?
I'm not sure.
Her mother.
Just take that statement out of context.
What got into her?
Her mother.
We meet some of the characters that work at the soup kitchen. There's a little girl, I don't remember her name. There's Jerry, who's the love interest. There's the guy who runs it, Deacon something or another. And then there's that other girl who's like wears a hat or whatever. And they call her Jasp.
Ah, one of those.
It's gonna be a long day.
No kidding.
Another Jasp.
Yeah.
Jasp. What's that?
Which is just another, or Jasp, which is just another spoiled brat, is what that stands for.
So that was
Jasp.
You're just another spoiled brat.
JASP. Jasp.
And there is so much fucking eye rolling in this movie. You could put a fucking, and I'm dooming myself to do it, but you could put together a fucking reel of people rolling their eyes, and it would be like 10 fucking minutes long.
You spin me right round.
Yeah. Now I have to do it. Fuck. We find out that the guy who runs this homeless shelter soup kitchen used to be a drug addict. He was rich. Used to be rich.
Mm-hmm. Which is the best kind of drug addict.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
You should be rich. Why are you working in this dump?
Well, I'm here in this dump because 15 years ago...
This is the guy that drove me to the hospital 15 years ago when I got shot.
But he blew millions of dollars on drugs in like the matter of years and ended up in the gutter and then got clean and started this soup kitchen, basically.
I chose to waste the money and my talent because I was hurting.
We get a CG storm here in this moment. There's a
oh my God, it looks so terrible. It looks so terrible.
It's so bad. Again, it's a still image of a building. Like clearly a still image of a building.
Twister has better graphics.
Twister has pretty good graphics, to be fair, for relatively speaking, for the time period. But yeah, Twister has better, and it was what, 94 or something like that? Or 96? Whatever, 90s. Whereas this was like 2015, 2014. It was like within the last 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Raven almost falls over. Jerry catches her romantically.
Raven,
look out, it's wet.
I didn't think this show would be dangerous.
Yeah. You okay?
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
Setting up their banging later.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, not their banging because his heart couldn't take it. But I love to Yvonne calls Raven while getting a massage and starts making noises like she's getting fucked.
Yes.
Like she.
Oh, God.
Yvonne.
Oh, that feels good.
Yvonne.
She's getting her brains fucked out, and Raven's just like, "Hello, where are you?" It's just like,
where are you?
Oh.
Why would that be a reaction to your cousin calling you, going, "Oh
like,
God,
oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
Tom."
I'm like, what the fuck? You're the most sheltered fucking 14-year-old. She's just like, what's going on? I mean, now they aren't fucking. They're just getting a weird, like, Thai massage or something like that. But
oh, God.
There's a fucking side story about how they're going to flip the chocolate store and sell it for $100 grand profit and split it 50-50.
If we sell the store and turn a profit, we should split it 50-50.
I don't see why not.
Okay, good, because I already found a buyer. All I have to do is come over, you have to sign the documents, and then it's $50,000 each.
Between Raven and Yvonne.
Thanks.
But we find out that was all a scam. That Yvonne and her boyfriend are trying to scam Raven out of ownership of the business or something. I don't even know what this plot necessarily is.
Raven, it's a scam. Don't sign it.
But it was all a scam, and they want her to sign this paperwork that's a scam. But we turns out that that's not a scam, because actually what happened was James, or her dad, James, Raven's dad, James, knew that they were going to try to scam her. So they had...
Look, the new buyer was actually a detective I hired.
You tricked us?
Not exactly. I just needed to know where your heart was.
After she signs the paperwork, the mom says into the boyfriend, I can't remember his name.
Your mouth is in your ear?
Your mouth is in your ear.
Yes. And he chucks his whiskey or whatever into his ear.
What the heck are you doing? Have you lost it?
Also, also, that's not how you drink things anyways. Like, even assuming that, you know, taking all this for granted, you drink like if he was like your mouth to your ear, he would go like that. Not. Then, so the next day we're back at the soup kitchen, or going to the soup kitchen, and Raven is wearing sunglasses. And I don't know if you noticed this, but you can see the entire film crew in her sunglasses. God. You can see all of them. You can see the camera. You can see 3 people standing around. You can see the boom operator and the shadow from the boom mic on the ground, all in the reflection of her fucking sunglasses. And I was like,
thanks, movie.
Very well done. Very well done.
Come on, let's do this.
Oh, and then they're at the soup kitchen, and one of the guys has a heart attack.
Ow! Ow! Mr. Winter. Maggie, go get Deacon Scott. Help!
We gotta talk about this scene. This scene is fucking amazing!
Insane!
It's amazing! It's fucking amazing. He starts having a heart attack. His name's Dick Winter.
Oh, Mr. Winter.
No, Richard. Oh, Richard.
Because they call him Richard Winters. And I swear to God, Dick Winters, I just rewatched Band of Brothers like this year. I swear to God, he's the main guy from Band of Brothers. Like the...
I request trial by court-martial.
And I'm like, is this supposed to be canonically the Dick Winters?
That would be insane.
That would be amazing.
But he's having a heart attack,
Yeah.
and they're trying to resuscitate him.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing the world's worst CPR on him.
Come on, Winters, breathe!
It's amazing, though. And so he stands up. Like, his spirit stands up and stands next to
And of course,
Angelina.
they can't interact at all. They just look at each other, and they're like...
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh, and during this moment, I don't think this ever even comes back, but her necklace falls off. Do we ever follow up on that? I don't remember that ever coming relevant again, but her necklace falls off on the floor.
Oh, yeah. No, they get her locket back.
Hey, you found your locket.
Yeah, Maggie gave it to me.
So then, a fucking angel comes down out of nowhere.
Yes.
And, no joke, puts her hands on the dude's head.
Channels electricity into his skull.
Some of the just finest electricity we've ever seen in a film in terms of quality CG. It is, oh my goodness, channels it into his brain. And meanwhile, every time it cuts to the angel, she has like a fan on her and this weird glowing light, and it's just fucking amazing. And everything's in slow-mo, and we keep cutting to different shots of faces in slow-mo, like...
Come back! Come back to us!
Brian, roll for divine intervention.
Well, this motherfucker rolled a 20, a nat 20. Because he, assuming that's good, I don't fucking know. She literally zaps him, and then a ball of energy, the Dick Winters turns into a ball of energy and flies back into his own body.
Yes.
And then he wakes up, and no joke, they go, "Oh, you scared us there, Dick. Somebody cut this guy a piece of cake." And I'm like,
don't ever do that again. You hear me? That was some ham.
Don't touch my food. Hey.
Somebody cut him a piece of cake.
No! Get him to the hospital!
Yes! He just about
died!
Yes!
He didn't just about, a motherfucker died and came back to life! He needs to go to the fucking hospital and not have a piece of fucking cake. He just had a heart attack. The last thing he needs is a piece of fucking
Maybe
cake.
there's cake on the way.
Get this man a piece of cake on the go.
Don't ever do that again.
I noticed they always mop the exact... It cuts a couple times where they're mopping. It's always the exact same spot in the hall.
It's at the bottom of a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
You missed all the action, Carol.
And I love this moment. So the boy turns to her... Or no, Raven turns to the boy and says...
I think I'm beginning to like you.
And the dude goes...
Who wants to hear that someone is thinking of liking them? Guys like to be just liked.
Dude, you're a fucking idiot. If a girl says to you, I think I'm beginning to like you, spoiler, it means he fucking likes you, you dum-dum. Like, you are fucking clueless. Now, I know he's supposed to be like a 15-year-old kid, but like, holy shit. And he's like, I don't want you to begin to like me. I want you to like me. I'm like, that's what she was saying, you fucking...
Guys like to be just liked.
And she teaches him how to take selfies because he's just a fucking putz who doesn't even have social media and doesn't know how to take selfies.
Social media?
I don't have any of that stuff. Oh, we're gonna have to change that. Oh.
At the soup kitchen, hashtag with my...
What?
Buddy.
And then so they go to the park, and the mom is just spying on her daughter's like most intimate romantic moments. The mom's just sitting there like, yeah. It's so fucking weird. Yeah. And he explains that his parents abandoned him. Jerry explains that his parents left him at a gas station.
Well, after my parents left me at that Quickie Mart, I waited outside for about 5 hours. And then I moved to the streets.
He has foster parents who we meet. He has like nice foster parents now. Also, was this movie sponsored by Burger King? Because in this scene...
Yes, I saw that. And I was like, whoa, hang on a second.
Come on, let's take one more picture before my phone dies.
Are we sponsored by Burger King for this
They
film?
are 100% sponsored by Burger King.
Because the cups were rotated with the logo.
It was absolutely.
Right
Look
there.
at the fucking Burger King. I don't want to show you the specific logo because then you'll know where we live. But
it's not like they haven't seen.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. But yeah, they're like, look at our. We're walking like normal people.
And this is the scene where they're like, here, I'll race you back to the.
Before the race, we are there. But there's a line where they're talking about Carol, I think, and Jerry goes, you know, she can't have kids of her own or something like that.
She can't have kids, you know.
And it cuts to the mom who's still listening to their conversation who goes, I didn't know that.
She can't have kids, you know.
I didn't.
And it's so fucking awkward. I love this woman. Oh, she's the worst actress in the world. I love it.
I didn't.
So then they race back to the soup kitchen.
I'll race you.
Jerry,
just to pause for a second. If you have what is developing into congestive heart failure, what do you not want to do?
I don't know. Sprint places in heat. I don't know, probably. Motherfucker, has a congenital, we find out he has a congenital heart condition of some sort.
Yeah, it's causing congestive heart failure.
Yeah, but he's had it since he was a kid, and there's nothing they can do about it. If his parents had been better about it, they could have taken care of it.
Yeah, if his parents actually gave a shit.
Yeah, but they didn't, so they can't do anything about it now except kind of medicate.
Jerry! Somebody help! Somebody help!
So they take him to the hospital. She calls and there's a whole process where the ghost mom help come or whatever.
Have you seen Raven?
Yeah, she's with Jerry somewhere around here.
No, she's in trouble at the park. Where?
And then so they get him to the hospital, and I love she's sitting in the waiting room, and there's this brutal fucking line where the daughter turns to her dad and goes,
Why does everyone die that I care about most?
And her dad goes, that's not true. And she goes,
Mostly
it is. I was like, fuck. Fucking brutal, man.
Now, the way to make that more brutal, Dad goes, well, I'm still here. And she goes, yeah, I know.
Oh, and this is the other thing. He goes, when your mom died, it hurt us so much because we loved her so much. And then it cuts to a shot of the mom sitting there as a ghost going,
When your mom died, it really hurt us so much because we loved her. She wrote.
And I'm like, this is fucking weird. This is fucking gross. This is literally, she's like, we loved your mom so much. And her mom's like, say that line again. We loved her so much. Say it again. It's so fucking, it's gross.
Like, this movie just feels like a giant aforemention for her.
Yeah, that's what it is. A giant what?
Is it affirmation?
Affirmation, yes. Yeah. I thought you said aforementioned. And
I did. Because I don't.
The aforementioned?
I don't know how to say words. We learned that. We've learned that many times throughout this entire show that I do not know how to say words.
You can't. I'm not editing that. I'm not going back through every fucking episode. It's not happening, Kyle. I have to have this out in a week. It's not fucking happening. Okay. Can't do it right now. Maybe sometime in the future I'll do that. But
go back through previous episodes. You'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Yes.
That's another thing of why I think, like, if it was Mark who edited this.
I will say that Raven, all this being said, the Raven daughter actress is actually not terrible. Like, she's okay. Jerry, I thought, was actually really good. I thought Jerry was like really
like
good.
An actor.
I always felt safe going back there, you know?
No, not really.
Even with my real parents, we always stayed out of our car. Never had a real home, aside from the kitchen.
What about Tony and Lindsay?
Yeah. He was actually surprisingly good. And Lucille, even in this moment, had a really nice moment in the church that I thought was pretty good.
I met your mother in those same dirty clothes. And she looked at me and you know what she said?
Where she's like crying and talking about how the mom found her and saved her. Again, more fucking porn for the mom to be like, fucking charity porn for the mom to be like, and I was poor and homeless and the mom found me and what did she say to me?
And she looked at me, and you know what she said? What size do I wear?
And then I love they go into she goes to pray for Jerry in the church, and this is where she has a really good scene where she actually seems like a pretty good actress.
I'm Raven Foxworth. I haven't always been the best kid. I've been rude to a few people. Well, more than a few.
And we find out Raven decides that she goes, this is not acceptable. Not Raven. The mom says, this is not acceptable. And so she goes to talk to Dean Cain.
Who's like in the middle of dealing with somebody else.
Yeah.
Where he should have just been like, hang on, woman. Yeah. This person just died too.
It won't be long before you're all together again.
Gabriel!
He's literally talking to somebody who just died or whatever. And he comes over and she goes, look, there's got to be something we can do about Jerry. He's dying and, and he's like, no, we can't do anything. When it's their time, it's their time.
I saw that other person blow up saving somebody.
Yeah.
I saw that angel put her hands on Winter's head. And it did something, didn't it?
Rule number 1.
No touching. Why, huh?
Because...
And he goes, oh, sometimes when it's not their time, we can intervene. And it wasn't that old drunk dude in the homeless shelter's time, but it is this time for this 14-year-old kid.
If someone passes over before their time, we can help them back. But when it's their time, it's their time.
Sure. And he goes, she's like, well, I saw that angel touch him and fix that old guy. And he goes, yeah, well, you can't touch anybody because if you touch him, you won't exist anymore.
What if I touch him?
If you touch him, you will no longer exist.
And then so Raven goes in to visit Jerry, and they're talking, have a nice moment, and then Jerry fucking starts flatlining.
Yes.
Are you okay? Jerry? Jerry, what's going on? Jerry, come on. You're going to make it, Jerry.
Oh, and all the doctors come running in. And I love...
Oh my god, okay. This entire sequence
is the best thing in any movie we've ever watched. Fuck, this moment, I lost my mind watching this movie. God. I fucking lost my mind. I could not believe
So not
what
only
happens.
do we have some of the greatest line delivery from our main actress.
Yes,
girl.
Raven. I can't help him. Let me stand next to him. Like,
are you okay? Jerry, please, let me be next to him.
Step back.
Please, I can help him. Let me stand next to him.
You cannot help him.
We have some great stuff from our main doctor dude.
Yeah.
Who's just like, get her out of here.
Get her out of here.
Get her out of here.
Please, Jerry.
They're trying to help you. They're trying to help you.
No.
Get her out of here.
And
then in the
holy
Brian's mind was absolutely fucking blown by this hallway scene.
This moment, okay, we're making a family drama about angels and faith and hope and love or fucking whatever, and this is the moment where the main character's love interest, child, he's 14 years old with a congenital heart defect, he's dying.
Please, I can help him. Let me stand next to him. Please.
He's flatlining. This is it. This is the drama, the peak moment of our fucking film.
What do?
We cut to Raven running out of the hospital, runs past, I'm not fucking making this up, a little person doctor wearing one rubber glove, just one,
and a Santa hat,
and a pink Santa hat. And she slams a thing of fucking files out of his hand and runs out of the hospital.
No! Get her out of here!
Raven!
He has the greatest reaction, which is...
He goes... Snap!
Raven!
And I'm like... Did you just put a fucking comedy beat in the middle of your main character's 14-year-old love interest dying of heart failure? What is this? Dude, I fucking lost it. I was like, I could not believe what they were doing. What the fuck? Who thought that was a good idea? Like, for real, who thought that was
it was a good idea? She did.
No, I don't even know. It's so strange. It's so out of place. It was, I could not, the thing that blew my mind, it was just the last thing I ever expected in that moment. Again, you feel like this is like the peak drama of the film. He's dying, he's flatlining, she's upset, she's crying, she's running out of the hospital. What do we have her do? Sure, I get like, knock some stuff over in like fury and like anger and sadness. So how do we do that? We get a little person doctor and have her knock files out of his hand and then give him a joke beat where he's like snaps his rubber glove.
Raven!
It was just,
Brian's dead.
I fucking died. I laughed out loud for like 5 straight minutes after that happened. I couldn't take anything else in the movie fucking seriously.
Raven!
So they're zapping Jerry, and he's dying. They're hitting him with the paddles, and he's still dying. And time stops. The clock stops. And Angelina shows up in angel form. Mm-hmm. And she gets the same awesome treatment where the fans are blowing her and there's like this weird billowy light on her, and Jerry stands up, his spirit Jerry stands up and is watching this whole scene. And then Dean Cain voips into the room for some reason.
And then we get some of the greatest special effects
Oh
ever.
My god! This fucking span of 5 minutes in this movie is
amazing,
incredible. It's worth the price of admission.
Film would be like this.
It's so worth it. So she puts her hands and starts zapping her. And before she does that, before she touches Jerry, she turns to Jerry's spirit and says in slow motion,
"Tell Raven I love her."
It's amazing. And then she starts zapping Jerry back to life.
Yes. And while she's channeling this energy, first off, it looks slightly different than the one previously. This one looks like somebody's sparking a fucking car battery in between his head.
Yeah. Well, it's the same blue electricity, but there's also like gold sparks and stuff going on, like a car battery.
We cut to Dean Cain very close up, and
he's wearing sunglasses inside like a maniac. And and he's got his sunglasses, and it's
just all you can see is her and like the electricity.
It's
and stuff.
CG'd in
Somebody gave Dean Cain green sunglasses and were like, "Here, just wear these for the scene and say, I want you to smile and say, cool."
Cool. He's a fucking angel. He's seen it all. Yeah. But he watches her zap Jerry back to life.
He warned her
not to do it.
And he knew
it was all a test, Kyle.
He knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, it was a test. It was all a test. He knew it was going to work or whatever, and that she was going to be fine. But yeah, the CG reflection is so bad. And then, but literally, I love in slow motion. Cool. Fucking lost it, man.
Oh god.
The end of this movie
all of Dean Cain's paycheck was that one line.
Yeah. Oh, it's so fucking great. And then Angelina turns into gold sparks and disappears, and then everything starts exploding in the room, like the fucking
like the head surgeon nurse is like,
get out of here,
the doctor, while the monitor's exploding.
It's amazing. And Jerry's fine. They come in and they say it's the next day or whatever, or that night, and they're like, it's a miracle. His heart shows no sign of any disease or anything. He's fine. He's fucking fine.
Your son's heart, it shows no sign of congestion, and the swelling from disease, well, it's gone.
And also, so we also found out, and I explained it earlier, that the dad had tricked Yvonne and her boyfriend into thinking they could scam the daughter, but not actually.
Yeah.
But then, so he's like, so fucking learn to fly right.
You tricked us?
Not exactly. I just needed to know where your heart was.
And then the next scene is all of them like working at the soup kitchen, like jolly having fun together. And I'm like, she just tried to scam your daughter out of
Not only that, you still have a chocolate store.
Yeah, you still have to deal with the fucking chocolate store you own now. But they're all just like friends now and fine. And then the movie keeps going and keeps getting weirder. They fucking cut to a dinner party or something, or the soup kitchen Christmas dinner or whatever. And there's these girls singing Jingle Bells looking directly into the fucking camera.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle jingle.
And then it just cuts and the hip-hop version of Jingle Bells starts playing, and everybody stands up and starts dancing.
It is the worst
I thought I was having
ever.
a stroke, Kyle.
Let me see you shake it. Jingle, 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 jingle.
It is the... I don't say this lightly. It is the whitest dancing I have ever seen.
Oh, but it's just, I was so like, wait, what are we doing now? We're having a hip-hop Jingle Bells dance. It felt like the thing what they were going for was like, you know, like in comedies sometimes during the credits, everybody dances and it's great. You know, like they were going for like that, but it's...
What do they think this is, Footloose?
Yeah, it's so fucking weird. And then the Australian dude smacks Yvonne on the ass and the scene ends.
Let me see you shake it. Jingle, 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 jingle. Jingle, jingle. Let me see you shake it. Jingle, 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 jingle. Jingle, jingle. Let me see you shake it. Jingle, 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 jingle.
Ouch! Tom?
So there's that scene ending for your Christmas movie.
Jingle, jingle, jingle. Jingle, jingle. Let me see you shake it.
The little person is credited as Sammy the Dwarf.
Do you think they got Sammy the Dwarf? There's a website called rentamidget.com.
And that's the end of the movie. Kyle, here's the thing. I have to give this good bad.
Yeah, to give it good bad.
Because just for the 5 minutes.
5 minutes was so mind-blowing.
Fucking incredible. It's some of the best. It was the most I've laughed out loud watching one of these movies in a long time. And I've had a lot that I've enjoyed. But holy shit, that 5 minutes caught me so by surprise.
I definitely had a moment where I just got up out of my chair and left the room.
I literally could not stop laughing, and that's when I was texting you the other day. I was like, at 1 hour and 11 minutes, this fucking movie goes off a goddamn cliff. I don't know what just happened. It's incredible.
Raven!
Brian.
Yes.
In the spirit of Christmas.
It is Christmas.
I think we need to exchange gifts.
Well, so it turns out thanks, Yoda. You've been holding this for me the whole time. I got you something.
Same here. I've been holding on to this one for a while.
All right.
And I thought you deserved it.
Great. Should I open mine first?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Do you like it?
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Well, you said you liked E.T., right?
Did I say that? Can't wait to find a VCR and then I can play it.
Oh, man. All right, it's time for me to go for mine. Oh, God.
Oh. I hope you don't have it already.
Brian, you know what we said about this. Never another Canadian film, Brian. Never another Canadian film after Billy Owens.
Merry Christmas, Kyle.